Okay, hello everybody. My name is Charlene, and today, Gabriella and Kat from Noble Oils have invited me to speak about strengthening our kids' immunity, especially during this pandemic. So I don't know how everybody is feeling right now because I think this pandemic has made a lot of people like feel very tired or like emotional. There are a lot of things happening at this point in time, but that's okay. But today specifically, we're going to talk about staying healthy during this pandemic, for focusing on our kids, especially what's happening right now. Okay. There are other classes where we will talk about emotional wellness. We also talk about our personal pre and post vaccination. How do we enhance and take care of our body? At the end of the day, right, whatever is available out there in terms of vaccination, no vaccination, at the end of the day, it's still our immunity that's very important to help us to increase our defenses so that we, number one, will be able to fight any form of virus better. Okay, we are right now in this pandemic, it's not just one virus. Okay, there are so many viruses going around. Okay, so we want to protect ourselves, we want to strengthen our immunity to have a better, to have a healthier body so that our body can fight any form of viruses and bacteria much better. And secondly, also we want to, if we do fall sick, we want to recover much faster, right? That's the goal at the end of the day. So a bit about myself. I am a professional certified coach. Currently, I'm a mother of two, and I'm currently pregnant with my third child. And I'm also the founder of my Gifted Oilers team. We have members all over the world, primarily in Malaysia, Indonesia, and Singapore. So this is what I do pre-pandemic. Right now, all these things are happening on Zoom, which is why you guys are here online right now to just learn and just listen. Today's presentation is going to be pretty fast, pretty short, about 20 to 30 minutes, so we can be open to having questions. Okay. So the common questions that people always have is that when we talk about essential oils, and with all of us here, most of us here are using Young Living essential oils. And when people are new to essential oils, they'll ask whether are all essential oils the same, and how come there are really cheap ones and really expensive ones out there. So just to give you a bit of education and knowledge, right, is that there are different grades of essential oils. You have your lowest grade, which is at the bottom, which is D. D is like the low quality synthetic grade kind. You find this in your shampoos, over the counter shampoos. Sometimes they will just put their fragrances, okay, and you don't know what's inside it. Grade C are your perfume grade oils, like what you get from all the retail malls or your branded perfumes. So they are also extracts from plants, from flowers, but they have been extended or altered, means they have put a lot of chemical solvent in to get a specific smell. Okay. Grade B are your natural oils, and sometimes they put it organic, or they put their certified oils. You can find them in baking. So like you can find them in candies. Yeah, so they put all these natural food grade oils, but actually at the end of the day, they still have chemicals inside them, but they are not medicinal grade. So in Young Living, our oils are at the top grade because they are pure and unadulterated. What you see is what you get. Okay, it's macam like you go and distill something from you go and plant your own lavender and you distill the lavender from your own backyard. Okay, and then you go and you use it on yourself. So this is as clean and as pure as it is. Okay. Then there are different ways to use Young Living essential oils. If you study aromatherapy courses, they will tell you that there are like different, depending on where the association what is the association background. The German model will teach you to just inhale, just respiratory, just breathe. British model just asks you apply, but heavily diluted with carrier oil. And then the French model do tell you to do ingestion. If you know how to speak French and if you go to France, You go to pharmacies, you can buy essential oils in capsule over the counter from the pharmacist in France. Okay, so for Young Living, because we know our grade of oils are really top grade, so we use all three ways and methods in using the essential oils. So I'm gonna take a pause here and see if any questions so far while I load a video. Any question based on what we have covered so far? Or if those of you who have kids, you can, because today we are talking about moms and kids, right? If you have a question, please type the question into the chat and we will address it accordingly. Okay? So right now I don't see any comments or questions. I am going to show you guys one of our farms. Okay, let me see. I'm going to show you guys one of our farms, and everything you see is not marketing video, it's as is at the farm itself, because I've been there. I've also worked at 2 farms, and I've also personally paid a visit to a few farms just to understand how Young Living get their oils. Okay, so let me share my screen. Let me know if you can hear or not hear, okay? Okay, that it was our young farm at St. Mary's, Idaho. So whatever you see there, how they plant, how they harvest it, and if you see the machines and how they get the oils, right, it is what you see when you go there, because I've been there, I've seen it. This is as they are over there. So it's literally like what you plant in your own garden. Of course, make sure that you get the right breed of plants, you have the right temperature control, you cut and harvest at the right time, right pressure, steam, distill, the whole process just to get your oils right. Young Living controls the entire process. Okay, that's why when we say that our oils are the top grade, it means that it has medicinal properties. So those of us who are Asians, we know that we take a lot of herbs, right? We take a lot of TCM, even Ayurvedic, right? It's all in our culture to use herbs since ancient times to protect ourselves, to enhance our health. So this is the same for essential oils. Essential oils are actually much more potent because you need a lot more herbs, plants, flowers, trees to get the oils. So therefore, it's much more concentrated. And I'll explain to you how is this powerful, okay, compared to the usual herbs that we use. Okay, so let me, hang on, let me get back my screen. Oh dear, where's my screen? Hang on. Oh, found it. Okay. So these are the 3 ways that we use Young Living essential oils. Let's start talking about our diffusers first. Okay, we talk about the first one, which is the German model, the inhalation. Inhalation in Young Living, we have different types of diffusers available when we embark on our Young Living journey. Comes with a set of 12, 10 to 13 oils, depending on which market you are in. And then you have your choice of diffusers. Okay. So diffusing is very powerful is that this is the cross section of our body, of our head. If we slice our head into half, okay, cross section in the right in the middle, you can see that when we breathe in something into through our nose, right, it goes directly into our brain. Actually, there are no other products out there in the market, right, that allows you to use something that affects your brain directly. The only way that you want to affect your brain directly, right, is through smell, through scent, through essential oils. Okay, when you breathe in something, aromatic molecules means a smell, a scent. When you breathe in something, it touches the olfactory bulb, and this olfactory bulb is right in the middle of your brain, and it connects with your entire brain. And your brain is in charge of a lot of things. It's in charge of sleep, it's in charge of your hormones, it's in charge of your brain activity. That means like concentration, study. It's in charge of a lot of things, right? So when your brain is healthy, it actually a lot of things, it has a healthier communication system with your rest of your body. Okay, so that's why we work with we always encourage people to diffuse, to help with the brain as well as with the lung system. So when you breathe in, it goes into your brain as well as into your lungs. So it helps in terms of brain activities as well as breathing issues. Okay, so before I go there, I want to do a quick demonstration on how to use the diffusers. I'm not sure whether how many of you have used our diffusers before. Let me pull it. Hang on, it's a bit stuck. Okay, you see, I'm having a lantern diffuser. We call this a lantern diffuser in my bedroom. This is most of our diffuser comes in different design, but the function is actually very similar. 2 or 3 functions. Only this feather diffuser, our diffuser is a bit more funky. You have a lot of special, how to say, special gadgets. Okay, you can operate from the back. There's also the leg that you can tap in the middle toe. Yeah, you can tap the middle toe. It's actually quite fun for the kids especially. So I'm going to go with our basic common diffuser. Let me stop sharing so that you can see me. Okay, I have with me the lantern diffuser. And how you use it is that all our diffuser, you open, this is the external casing. Okay, so inside is like this. Let's see. And then what I do is that we pour oil until there is a mark inside. So there's already water inside, so I won't pour too much. Okay, I can't show you the marking, but there's a plastic marking inside, and then your water, you don't go over. And right now, because it is at night, I feel like my lungs are a bit tight, sorry, a bit dark. I am going to diffuse the oil purification. Purification is a very good oil to clear the air of odors. It's also a very good oil to support your respiratory system because of the ingredients inside. It is also a very good oil to like make your environment feel cleaner. Okay, so I usually, because of my bedroom, I usually put about 8 drops. Okay, I prefer it to be stronger. Depending on your size of room, you can start off with 4. If you're new to the oil, you can start with 4 drops first. And then if you feel like not really got smell, you can increase all the way to 10 to 12. Okay, so it's really up to you. There are only 2 buttons here for the lantern diffuser, same as your other diffusers. There's the on-off button. It is not on because I didn't turn on the switch. Okay, so you just turn it on, then you can start seeing the mist come out. I think it's not very clear over video. Can you see the mist? Can you see the mist coming out? Very strong mist. Okay, yeah, very strong mist. Okay, and then you can change the light. There are different light settings. If you are diffusing it just before you sleep, you can actually just press the light, press and hold the button, and you'll go off. So you don't need to press and press and press and press and press. So this, I really like it lah, because it's very classy and very stable. It doesn't topple off easily, and it's very heavy. So I give you a quick tip. If you want to get our diffuser, it's always best to get as a new member because the discount is a lot. Give you a tip. Okay, next one. I'm going to talk about some oils that are pretty common to use among kids first, and after that I'll explain to you all some of the oils that we use from our premium starter kit. Okay, these are the oils that are very popular with moms. Frankincense, this is our Young Living Essential Oils partner farms in Oman. Okay, Oman, this is the frankincense tree. Frankincense, it is an ancient biblical oil. One of the plants, or one of the, they call it resin, okay, because it's like when you harvest the frankincense, it's like a resin. It's one of the resin that is first appeared in the Bible, that is given to baby Jesus. Okay, frankincense is very good because it penetrates deep into the brain tissues. Works a lot on the brain, like the blood oxygen level. It's also very good with emotions. We store emotions in our brain, and it's also good to calm the nervous system. The other oil that moms really like is lemon, because lemon is very uplifting. It also helps to clear the mind, and also when we work with kids, okay, even young toddlers like my own kid, they are 3 and 5 this year. They have a lot of emotions, and the more challenging for them is that for toddlers, for younger kids, they don't have the words to describe what they're experiencing, even for adults, to be honest, right? So when we use smell, when you use scent, when you use a very good therapeutic grade of Young Living essential oils, it also works directly with your emotions as well. Okay, this is also something that doesn't come in the kit, but you guys can consider is vetiver and cedarwood. Vetiver and cedarwood is very popular among special needs parents because there is a study on ADHD children inhaling these two oils improve brain patterns and decrease ADHD symptoms. Many moms like to diffuse it in their diffuser, or they apply it on the base of their feet or at the neck area for the kids. Okay. Okay, so this is where we talk about our topic for
together or separately?
Together.
So mix,
people like to mix and put into, you can buy the roller bottle, or you can buy Young Living the roller bottle and then attach it. I don't have my roller bottle here, but yeah, you can get a roller bottle and then put it together, and then you put together with our carrier oil, our V6 carrier oil.
How many drops is it for each of the oil?
Depending on how young your kid is, because usually we tell people to start slow, like 5 drops each, and then you top it out with V6. Let's say your roller bottle is 10 ml. Okay, or even if you have a small bottle, like a 5 ml bottle, Young Living sells the head. You know, Young Living sells the head accessories where you can just take out the plastic cap. Okay, and then you attach the head, the roller head onto the bottle, and then you can roll. Yeah, so you can start with 5 drops each, then that's a total of 10 essential oils. Top it out with V6, but of course, depending on every child, the severity is different. So some parents moms start with 5 drops each, then after that, they will increase to 8 drops each, 10 drops each, 20 drops each. The thing about Young Living essential oils is that every child is different. Every human being is different. So even like for myself, I have 2 kids. Even for myself, my kids, the dosage, sometimes I use a lot more because I find that it doesn't really support them at this point in time, and they need a lot more. Yeah, so like it's as simple as, like, say I use purification. I feel like my throat a bit scratchy. Okay, so I apply on my throat. Then I feel like doesn't really help me to open up my airways. Then I may add more drops. Okay, so go with your body flow. Always start slow, 1 to 2 drops first, and then you increase. But if you are diluting in a bottle, I can suggest 5 drops each in a 5 drops in a 5 ml bottle. first, and then if you want, you can add more drops after that. Okay, so vetiver and cedarwood, these two are very woody, earthy smell. Some people like it, some people don't like it. So what we can play with our oils this way. Yeah. So immunity and prevention, immunity is very important because we are bombarded with all sorts of external health challenges on a daily basis, things that we can't see with our naked eyes. Okay, so if it's really, honestly, before this, it's not just COVID, right? There is hand, foot, mouth disease, there is chicken pox, there is the common cough and flu, influenza, there is what other things that kids usually have? I think these are the more common ones. Yeah. So my child was very interesting. My child at 3 years old, my elder one, even before he started school, 2.5, even before he started school, he suddenly had hand, foot, mouth disease. And I don't even know where he got it from. Because as the first time mom at that point in time, I was very careful in terms of where I bring him. I was very careful in terms of sanitizing his hands and things like that. First time mom, right? He also kena hand, foot, mouth disease. Yeah, but I was oiling him a lot. So we talk about frequency of oiling, right? I was oiling him like 3 to 5 times a day. So he recovered from this hand, foot, mouth. He had some mild rashes. When we went to the doctor, he was already recovering on the 3rd day. So he didn't have to suffer, like, in that sense. He had mild fever, then went to see a doctor, then and that's it. But when my husband got the virus from him, it was a different story. Really, really very bad. Yeah, because busy the kid, we busy oiling the kid, we never oil the father, right? So the father fell ill and took a much longer time to get back to health, because to be honest, he was also at that point in time, his new job, his immunity was low, and then men in general, they don't take care of themselves until they crash or they are very unwell. Yeah, actually not just men, generally adults are more like that. So we always talk about prevention is very important, because we don't know when we will get what sort of diseases or virus, but what we can confirm is that we want ourselves to get healthier faster, get back to our health faster, especially when as adults we have so many things to handle in our lives, right? From work to taking care of family to handling the kids, to delivering your household chores, everything. We are very busy as women. Okay, so immunity and prevention, there are some oils. If you start with the premium starter kit, it's a bit blur, I don't know why. Yeah, but if you start off with the premium starter kit, there are some oils that you can use, such as teas, copaiba, RC, frankincense, lemon purification. Okay, and how you use it is like what I shared just now, is you can apply at the base of your feet. Let me see, my feet not very nice to see right now, very hard for me to lift it up, but if you can imagine, these are my feet, left and right feet, right? I'll just drop a few drops on my feet and I'll rub them together like that. This is my hand, but if you drop your oils on your feet, you will rub them together like that. Okay, and then if you can, before you sleep, you just wear a pair of socks in case your kid, go and touch the feet, then rub their eyes and things like that. Okay, so you want them to prevent them from rubbing their eyes. So that's a good way for you to do, is at night before they go to bed, you drop oils on their feet, rub together, put socks. Before they step out of the house, you do the same as well. Okay, you can do the same as well. Then when they're at home, you can diffuse in the room, so that when we breathe through the oils through our lungs and through our brain, it also enhances our immunity. Okay, can? So that's how I would suggest moms to start using, is to just drop oils at the bottom of the feet before they go out of the house. Yeah, and after they come back home from school. Okay. Respiratory right now is the hot topic on respiratory. As long as you have cough, flu, fever, must go clinic, right? And check and do ART, PCR and whatever. So we all tried our best to be as healthy as possible so that we don't kena, right? So in terms of respiratory, because it's at the lungs area, number one, again, we diffuse, right? Secondly, we apply the oils directly on our lungs area and on our throat area. If the oils are a bit spicy, you try on yourself, it's a bit spicy for you, you use V6 to dilute. What it means by dilution is that, let's say this is my V6, V6 my carrier oil, I put some on my hand and I drop 1 to 2 drops of essential oils and I rub on the chest. That is dilution already. If it's too complicated and too challenging for you, Young Living has released the Kids Sense range of oils. Let me look for the Kids Sense range of oils. I forgot to put it as a photo over here. But Young Living has the Kids Sense range of oils, which have already been pre-diluted and can be used directly on the children. Okay, is it this one? Yes, but the labels are a bit different for Singapore.
Charlene, just now you mentioned that apply on the bottom of feet also need to dilute or need?
No need. At the bottom of feet, our feet is a bit thicker. So no, don't really need.
At which age that you don't need to dilute?
Okay, for me, I think, okay, like for me, because I'm a very experienced oiler, I've been oiling for 10 years, right? My kids stopped diluting at 2 years old, but that's me. If you're more conservative and you're very new, right, start at 5 years old. Then because 5, if it's spicy or hot, they'll complain to you lah. Very hot, very spicy. Yeah, then you can quickly apply V6. Never use water together with essential oils. Okay, very important. Never ever use water with essential oil. Don't think you can wash it off. Always have carrier oil at home. If you don't have carrier oil at home, you have cooking oil at home. Cooking oil can also use to dilute the base of the feet. Or you have those olive oil for your salad. Yeah, those oils are also good also to go and just apply on the base of the feet, as long as it's food grade oil. Okay, food grade oil. Even if you only have like palm oil in your kitchen, okay, your 刀标油, okay, or your knife oil, knife brand oil, it's okay. Canola oil, doesn't matter what you have, peanut oil. Just if they say it's a bit spicy, a bit hot, you just pour a bit on your palm. Don't need to panic, and then just rub over the area that they complain is hot. Yeah. So I mean, that's really a very good question, because a lot of moms like tend to be more fearful, but actually you don't need to be fearful. Yeah, if it's not like you will overdose on oils. Medicine, yes, you will overdose on medication. We have a lot of members who came to Young Living because one of the reasons was that they overdose on, because when you give medicine to a kid, it's about frequency, like at which hour you give the medicine and how much to give the medicine. A lot of parents, maybe they are tired, or they outsource to grandparents, or they outsource to helpers who don't really read the labels properly, or they forgot when was the last time they administered the medicine. Kids have been given medicine and then been overdosed and then sent to hospital because of overdose. Yeah, same for elderlies as well. But for oils, you don't need to worry. If you're applying on the feet, is really definitely the safest point. But if even on your feet is very sensitive, I mean, everyone's different, right? If it's very sensitive, just prepare a carrier oil. In Young Living, we use V6 vegetable oil, and you just apply it directly at the area that is affected. Okay, so that's good. But if you are like, wow, still must dilute all this, very mafan, right? It's okay. Young Living got a solution for you. This one, these are the oils that's available in Singapore. Kids Sense Refresh, Kids Care, Genius, and Tummy Jice. Okay, I won't go into details about how to use each of the oils for today, but just know that this set of oils, they only come in 5 ml. You don't need to dilute them. You can apply them directly on even for a baby. Okay, even for a baby, you can just apply. Of course, baby one drop lah is enough, right? But if you're working with, let's say, the child is primary 1, for example, then primary 1 also can communicate with you already, right? So you can use 1 to 2 drops. You don't need to worry about it. Okay, so these oils, I've tried all of them before. It's not spicy at all. Even for me as an adult, I use these oils as well. Yeah, it's very gentle. It is useful and it's effective. You may not like the smell. That doesn't matter, because in Young Living, we care about medicinal grade. right? It's like you eat all your TCM medicine, Ayurvedic medicine, all these herbs. You may not like the taste anyway, but it's good for your health, right? So same as the oils as well. You may not like the smell, but it's definitely good for your health as well. Okay. So
Question.
yes.
So can I say that the kid scent is for the older kid? Because like seedling is for baby, right? For infant. So kid scent is more for 2 years old and above? Oh.
Yeah, so generally they classify as the seedling range for younger children, but I feel personally for kids sense range, I've used it on newborns as well. Even before the kids sense range has been launched, when my first child was born in 2016, I was not using kids sense range, I was using the normal oils and just diluting it. So kids sense range, right, you can use on newborns. Yeah, just that for newborns, because depending on what age you are using for them, let me know, I'll work with you directly. So for example, I won't go into details today because we are not focusing on babies alone today. We are more generic on children. For babies, for example, if they're having, let's say, respiratory issue, like they are sneezing, they have some sort of flu, right? They caught some sort of flu bug. For baby like 0 to 3 months, for example, we'll apply on the base of the feet. And we'll also apply instead of on the chest, because their body is much smaller, right? I will always ask moms to apply on the back. Yeah, so that at least you don't know how your baby will respond to the smell. So let's say you apply on the chest, maybe they cough even more, and then as moms, they panic. Like, oh my God, my baby is coughing even more. So you apply on the base of the feet, the small tiny feet, because of foot reflexology, we apply on the base of the feet. Yeah, there are a lot of acupoints on the base of the feet. Then the other place that I like to apply for respiratory for babies 0 to 6 months, I like to apply on the back. Yeah, so the fumes don't go directly to the nose. So even for adults, like for example, if I apply an oil and apply here, sometimes the fumes go, like it will choke me, right? If you try peppermint, for example, even lavender. Sometimes I apply lavender, I'll be like, oh, too much. Yeah. So it's the fumes for 0 to 6 months, we'll apply at the back. Okay. Yeah. Then next one we talk about respiratory, and we'll have 2 more. Okay, sleep and rest. A lot of moms are concerned about their kids sleeping and resting. There are a lot of oils that are useful for sleeping and resting. So 2 ways we use them again. Number 1 is to diffuse for them at night before they sleep. Secondly, it's also to apply on the brain area. The brain area you can apply behind your ear, near your brain, right? Behind your ear or at the back of your neck. Yeah, at the back of your neck. These are the areas, or even at the top of your head, the tip of your head. These are the places that is really good for you to apply these oils for the baby to sleep or rest. If it's like 0 to 6 months or 0 to 12 months, you can just put a diffuser nearer to where they are sleeping, and then it will also support them in their sleep as well. So there are a lot of oils that we use for sleeping. You can use frankincense, lavender. You can use Kit Care. Kit Care actually is a very good oil to diffuse to sleep. There's also other oils, different oils that basically, I find that for sleep is also very subjective. Some people like to have uplifting smell, so you choose oils that contain citrus oils like lemon, bergamot, okay, lime, all this uplifting scent, citrus fresh, all this citrus smell. Some people like to sleep with the kind of citrusy smell. Okay, so up to you, and play around with it. When you embark on your journey with us, right, we'll give you certain recommendation to start first, and then we explore along the way. Okay, so this is just a generic guide for you guys. So how do you get started? I show you guys, this is the lantern diffuser that I was showing you just now, the lantern diffuser. And then this is our premium. Right now, I told you can choose different diffuser, right? You have the hour diffuser that you can choose, or you can choose any of the diffuser like the lantern diffuser. This is the Singapore version, the Singapore kit for this lantern diffuser kit. It comes with 12 oils and 2 packets of Ningxia Red, while the feather diffuser comes with 13 oils with 2 packets of Ningxia Red. Yeah. So I haven't talked about Ningxia Red yet. Ningxia Red is really, really very important for actually everybody who wants to improve your immunity. Okay. Ningxia Red works directly with our blood level so that our blood is healthy. When our blood is healthy, it absorbs oxygen better and it can keep our body healthier. Okay. So I'm going to show you what happens to our blood when we drink Ningxia Red. Hang on. Okay. Hang on. Okay, found it. Hang on. Yeah. Okay. So
somebody before taking Ningxia. And this is actually a great example of an unhealthy cell. See how it's stacked like coins? What this means is the cells are right on top of each other. There's very little surface area to them. A lot of it's crowded, which means can't get a whole lot of oxygen in there, which means can't really detox itself, can't breathe, can't take in nutrients, can't detox. Oxygen is what we really need to emit what we don't need, take in what we do need. So this person was given 1 ounce of Ningxia Red. 15 minutes later, this is what their blood looked like. Isn't that awesome? So that's a healthy state in the body. So how many of you guys drank your Ningxia Red packet when you walked in? So this is what your blood looks like probably, right?
So why we always encourage people to drink Ningxia Red. Some people like it, some people don't like it, some people think it's very sour, some people think it's very sweet. No matter what it is, we always like give you guys suggestions in terms of how to drink it. Some like to drink it without water, some like to mix it with water and then they consume. Ningxia Red is really very powerful because it works on our entire body system through our blood. Yeah. So one of the thing is that it is very rich in all sorts of berries. So it's very high in antioxidant and it keeps our cells healthy. So for women who have blood issues like me, I'm anemic for this pregnancy. Like, yeah, I'm anemic for this pregnancy. So I need to drink a lot more Ningxia Red to pump up my iron level and to pump up my hemoglobin. Okay. For women during the time of the month, the monthly cycle, this is your best friend as well because it really replenishes blood in a very healthy manner. Okay. So that's Ningxia Red. And for kids, you can also start giving them Ningxia Red. I give my kid Ningxia Red at the start at about 8 months. Yeah, start to give them about 8 months. And then they are actually much more healthier. And if your kid doesn't like to drink water, actually can mix in a bit of Ningxia Red and then they find it very interesting and they will try to drink it. If it's too sour for your kid, just mix in a bit of raw honey. Of course, make sure your kid is above 12 months. More than 1 year, you can mix in a bit of raw honey for tasting effects. So the last part of the presentation, now that you know how you can get started, then I want you to know about the Young Living referral program. So in Young Living, right, we have, hang on. In Young Living, what we do is that you are here for this presentation because somebody invited you to come. And once you learn and use the products, right, and if it's something that you like and you find it effective for other people to use as well, you can refer them to our classes and then have them learn about the Young Living products. And then these like my team members, okay, we just share and improve our health. And then at the same time, Young Living allows individual to have a part-time income from referring your friends to the products as well. So that's a great thing about Young Living. You can refer your friends and then get some rebates off your products and your purchases. And that's how we can, like for me, I am sharing and building the Young Living business as a full-time, on a full-time basis. Okay. So if you have any question, you can look for me on my Instagram or my contact details are listed over here. You can look out for me or look for the person who invited you to today's class. All right. So no questions for now. I think we'll answer most of the question in the comments. Then I will see you guys in the next class. All right.